I'm out here at Rogerson Clematis Gardens. I'm with Linda. Linda, it is clematis time. They are coming up. We're seeing them in the garden centers. The plant sales are back. We're out shopping for clematis. But then you have some tricks as to what we should be looking for when we pick one out.
Right. For all the flashy flowers and all the vining top growth, it's really the root system that gets you started. And a lot of I think it kind of throws people off, but a lot of mail order clematis are shipping their clematis now, and they cut off the top growth to just inches, but you're getting this fabulous root system. So you have to imagine the same situation in a pot when you're buying them. So this is a clematis, this is pink flamingo, and top growth, it's even going to bloom, but we see no roots at the drainage holes. So this one isn't for sale yet.
So it's too small. And is there a risk of damage to try to plant something?
Well, it just isn't going to take off as well, and there's going to be transplant shock. You, me, experienced gardeners, and brand new gardeners, all of us alike, we're going to damage the roots to one degree or another, especially if you have to wrestle it out of a pot with a cleated stake. So one of our local wholesalers packages their clematis this way, but look at the roots coming out the bottom of the drainage holes. You know, this plant is ready to go. So you just reduce your transplant shock, and you have better luck if you've got a nice full root system, because you know you're going to lose some feeder roots and you can't help it.
Right.
So this plant is from a local wholesaler. It is in gorgeous shape. It's budding up. Who we have here, Jillian Blades. But the one thing that this wholesaler does that is worrisome is that he uses raw bark chips as a protector for the time release green pellets that are underneath for fertilizer. So he doesn't want to wash that out when he's watering. So his nursery is sort of up in the woods, and he's got all these chips, but they're raw.
Okay.
Which means as they break down in the soil, they're going to sequester nitrogen as their breaking down process that really this plant would like to have.
Okay.
Would like to have that nitrogen. And the other thing is, this is great slug habitat. And so once in a while, so when we get his plants in, if they're right off the truck, we go ahead and sell them. But if they're going to hang around, then we have scraped the chips off of this one and put some of our crushed granite that's just #2 chicken grit. You can buy it at Wilco, concentrates, any feed store, Linton feed store. And this one was a little bit problematic because we didn't like the color of the foliage. So we thought, we know this, we grow this in the Rogerson Clematis garden, we know Red Star is a great plant. These don't look great. And so we've decided that in addition to taking the chips off and stuff, we're also going to hang on to these for a little while. It's got a new shoot coming, so we're actually probably going to cut it all the way off. This doesn't seem to be as well rooted as this one is. So, you know, we had a few of these left over from the big Heartlandia sale last weekend, and we're going to hang on to them for a little while, and then we'll bring them out for sale again. And the herbaceous perennial clematis are coming up too, so you should have a nice tuft of foliage, and again seeing roots around the base of the plant. And this is one that we bought in. This is Diamantina. We got these from a supplier as little what we call liners. So these were in about 3-inch deep 2 by 2 inch pots when we got them last July. And so this is an older plant. It's been in the pot since July, and look at it, it's gorgeous.
So you're
We've
making
got
sure
roots.
that you're holding them on long enough because you want your customers to be successful when they get home, when they transplant.
Some retailers will get their plants in January and be selling them in May, and we've had ours, you know, twice that long.
Right.
And we pinch them a lot. It's hard to teach the volunteers. Yeah, I know it's not got new growth. Pinch it back because we want this bushiness. And this is Diamantina. It's about to bloom in your garden. It is going to be this way. It's going to bloom from the ground up, even though it's going to end up about 5 feet tall. It just makes a column of these incredible double mauve-y, lavendery flowers.
So
And-
these are, some great tips on what to look for when we're doing it. And, for people that want to come up here and purchase your clematis, because you guys do an amazing
We're
job
going to
with
be
it.
at Garden Palooza and then we're also starting our on-site sales season. And so we're starting Saturday the 9th. We'll be here from 10 until 2. And then Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday from 10 until 2, we have our sales terrace open. We've got trained volunteers out there to answer your questions for you. And you can even bring flowers if you've got a clematis, you're not sure what it is. Bring a blossom out. We'll see if we can figure out what it is. And we just have a lot of fun out there selling plants.
And you guys have a wealth of information on your website as far as,
Right.
transplanting, growing, and tips for what you can do with your clematis that's already in your ground from your years
Right.
past.
You can go right on to Clematis Care, and we have information sheets. Like which ones, some people say, oh, they all need shade. Well, we have a whole sheet that tells you which ones like it hot and which ones can be in fairly dense shade and which ones do best in containers, and on and on and
Right.
on.
So if you're in the market for a clematis or have one already in your yard, make sure you come out and see Linda, talk to your staff, visit their website, or you can go to gardentime.tv and we'll click you over to their site and you can learn all about what you need to look for to pick out the best clematis for your yard. Thanks for having us, Linda.
Thanks, Ryan.